So closure in Ruby actually is a function or a block of code, okay, with variables which is bound to the its environment. So that is like you can assume that a closure can be treated like a variable that can be assigned to another variable, or it can be passed to any function as an argument. So, assume that a closure can, so here, see, hello proc. This is a closure. So how we are creating closure? Using proc. Okay.
Okay.
This can be assigned to one more variable, or this can be passed as a argument to a method. See here. Uh, you can see this one, right? Make, multiplier, here, factor. So
Yeah.
again, here they are creating make multiplier as a method, but this is a block of code again. So this can be a variable to another variable. See, multiply by 2 is a variable. So now here they are assigning that one, right? So you can assume like that. Okay, so I'll explain what is proc and other things, but it is
Tell me,
a,
what is the meaning of closure? What it, right?
yeah, it's a block of code.
Surrounding environment, including local areas. When it will be used? Like closure is when it will be used?
See, it is just a block of code, right? So anywhere, see, whenever you want to define, so it is mostly we use methods only, like functions only. So proc and these things are less. But if you want to just write a block of code, then it is just using curly brace, right? This is again a block. This is one block. So what they say is closure is block of code.
Okay.
That's it. So when you say block of code, it can be assigned to variable, like that variable can be passed as a parameter to a method. So it's a usage, but we don't usually like use proc and other things. Okay, so I actually have never used procs and all.
Okay.
So under closure, we have different types. So that is blocks, proc, and lambda. Okay, I'll write blocks. Sorry, yeah, blocks, procs, and lambda. Okay. So blocks are simplest form of closure. Simple block, like whatever you write in curly brace, that is a block.
Okay.
Okay, so you can so same, you can also like pass one or more variables into block depending on how the uh, code block is written, right? It is same. So but whatever code is there in these curly braces, that is called as simple like blocks.
Okay.
Okay, so there is one more like lambda, which is not covered in the syllabus, but a lambda is also a block. It is also a type of block actually. So I'll say first I'll explain procs, then you'll understand what is lambda. So procs is similar to block, but procs is assigned or stored in a variable. Okay, like this. It is assigned or it is stored in this hello proc or any variable.
Okay.
Okay, so you can pass this one to any method. So now you have some other, you will call some other method. This you can pass as a parameter to that one.
Okay.
And it is kind of an object or a variable, both it is. So this is the syntax how we define the proc. Okay, using
Okay.
new keyword. So proc is a class, proc.new. Inside
Mhm.
that, you define anything in this block.
Okay.
Okay, so here I've written hello world. So this, how do we call this one? This is how we create the proc, and this is how we call the proc. Like there is a default call method. Okay, so this is the variable where the proc is getting created and assigned. Hello proc dot call. So when I execute this one, it will go to this line, whatever is there in the hello proc, it will execute that.
Okay.
Maybe
Okay.
show this.
Usually where we use this proc.
Mm, if you want to define like a block inside a method like that, but I'm saying no, I've never used this one.
Never used.
Yeah. See, yeah, see, until now, in the entire project, not a single place I've used the procs.
Okay.
So yeah, they say it is to create a block, or it can be passed. This is an object, it can be passed as a variable, but we have other normal methods which can be used. So we didn't want it to make it like little complex using this one.
Okay.
So alternative we already have, so we don't need procs as such. See, in this only again, it is like you're creating an object, right? See
Okay.
how much object you have in a project, it will take time. The project will take time because each object will first, when you start the application, whatever objects you create, the memory will be allocated to in the system, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
the number of objects are more, the more memory allocation and time taken for the application will be more. And while if you close the application, then garbage collection as again will go and remove all these if it is not
Yes.
working.
Yes.
So all those things are there. So we avoid creating objects like this using new keyword. Just the concept is there, that's why I'm going to that one.
Okay.
Okay, so that is how we create the proc. And we have lambda. In lambda, it is also a type of what I say, similar to proc only, but we
Mhm.
don't create an object like this using new keyword. So for the
Okay.
lambda, we have different uh, what you say, the syntax.
Okay.
The syntax of lambda is different, which is this one. Okay, you pass this arrow mark, this one.
Uh,
Then you have some brace, and this is the variable. Okay. So
okay.
here you will again have your condition, whatever condition you want, you can have it here. But the syntax, it should be like this.
Okay.
So this also is not of you same. It is like proc only. It is same, but the only difference between both these is here the syntax difference is there, and the way we call, that is also different, right? You see here we use call, here also we use call, but thing is like we don't create an object. Lambda actually itself is an object under proc class. This is a proc class. Lambda
Okay.
itself is an object under this one.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, this also we have never closures we have not used. It's
Okay.
lambda is like a regular method functions. Just that we have this. This is a see. This looks like a regular function, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
No, not
Only difference is how do we write the lambda, but yeah, not of much use.
okay. Define make multiplier. That is your lambda. That is your like writing a method, right?
Yeah, this is a method. Okay.
And
Inside
factor
the
factor.
method, you are creating a block which is using lambda.
The mark is lambda. What is lambda actually? The sign here, what you used is lambda.
This entire thing is lambda. It is a block, right?
Hmm.
This is lambda type. This
Okay.
is also a block, right?
Okay.
This is you're creating using lambda. Lambda is one type of closure.
Okay. But
So Mhm.
how I'll come to know that this is lambda? You were checking this mark or how it is? Because
Yeah, this mark
and the flower brackets.
no, this mark itself says that it is lambda.
It is
But
lambda.
this is
Okay.
syntax of lambda.
Got it. Got it.
Okay. So when this is there, you just have to think that okay, this is the syntax of lambda. This is how it is written. Okay.
Okay.
Calling is same as proc, but lambda is itself an object under proc class.
Okay. But the how it will work? Factor and call 5 they are passing.
See, this is a method. Inside that you have lambda.
Okay.
So now what they are doing is we are calling this method
Okay.
passing some number.
Okay.
Okay, so then I am again triggering this one by call method. So here you remember to trigger the execution of any block, lambda block, we have to use call method. This is a
Call
deep
method.
inbuilt method.
Okay.
Let me comment this. You're getting right? 5 is being passed here.
Yes.
Okay. So this number is considered, this is kind of complex to understand.
Yeah.
See, the number which is being passed here is the current number it will always take. Okay. 5 it is taken. The 2 is already being passed as a number. So even
Okay.
though it is considered factor, it is passed as a number. And then when we call, it is 5. So 2 into 5.
Okay.
Maybe it's confusing, right, for you?
Yeah, it's confusing.
Okay,
So multiply by 2 is again one variable where you are where again you are passing one number, and when you are telling put s at that time again you are passing one number. So
yes,
it's going 5 is going inside and it is multiplying and it is coming out, right?
yes, correct.
Correct, na?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this closure itself is very confusing. So when you write this procs, right, again, like there are this looks just a simple statement, but
Yeah.
when you use it in a function, right, you'll get like in the project kind of thing. It is a lot of confusing thing to use because this also is an object. So how do we use that and all is very confusing. That's the reason I think we never use these things. So I think it is completed. Did you get a chance to like
Yeah,
type?
little bit as yesterday I did little bit. The starting things.
Okay.
The same what
So,
all is there, the same I did.
okay, you can just see like how to write a class inside a class, how to write a method, how to initialize variable, print something. Those
Yeah.
things you can like try.
Simple things I tried. Some,
Okay.
but I have to again I have to go for arrays and all. I have not done all those things.
Yeah, that you can so slowly start.
Mm.
So start with the classes.
Okay.
Um, okay. So here, classes we have already seen, like it is a like kind of a blueprint where we write all the attributes, functions, everything in a single class. So this syntax we have already seen,
Yeah.
right? How to define a class. It is just class is a keyword, then give some name and it's a block and end it with a end keyword.
Correct.
So this is how we define the class. So object creation also we have seen earlier, like using a dot new method. So this is my class name dot new. So this will create an object. So each dot new will create new object.
Dot new. Okay.
Okay, so any confusion here?
My class, what you are taken, that is the syntax or you
Yeah,
can
yeah, this is syntax.
okay.
This is syntax.
Class. No, no, you are telling class, my class, right?
No, this is name. You can give any name. This is name of class.
That only I'm asking. When you say class, then the class is defined. So whatever name you give, that
Yeah.
dot new we have to give, right?
See, you can give apple. This also can be the class name.
Okay, okay.
To
So
create an
dot new is to create.
yes, that is to create an object. See, whatever name you have, name dot new.
Okay.
This is how you create the class this object.
So directly you can't give apple dot new. You have to initialize a variable for that.
Yeah, so this is a public class, right? So you have to use new to create an object. This is the syntax in every programming language.
Okay. Okay.
Be it .NET, Java, wherever you go, it's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so we'll start with oops. So yeah, oops is object programming language, object oriented programming language. So any object oriented programming language will have this concept.
Yes, yes.
Java, .NET, anything.
Yeah.
So, so yeah, we have covered classes, objects, right? Above. So I'll execute and show. Okay. So person is a class here. Okay.
Okay.
We have given the name as person. And inside that, you leave this one. I'll tell this later. So inside that we have a method. Okay.
Okay.
Which is greet. So there, so how we call this is using new keyword, right? We are passing name
Mm.
and age.
Okay.
So this is, we are passing it to the object, not to the method. This I'll come to this later. But if
Okay.
you just see, we are just creating an object and calling this greet method.
Okay.
See, in this you have this greet method in the class. So you can access all the methods through the objects of the class.
Okay.
So now if I run, it will print, hello, my name is whatever I have passed here, and then age will be 30. Or if it is confusing, I'll remove this one. And I'll add name, age. Okay. So this method is taking two parameters, name and age. So that we are using like this. Okay, we are printing it in this line. So this is a class. We are inside a class, we have just one method. And this is how we're creating object. And with that object, we have to call this greet method and pass what are the arguments required.
Okay.
Okay, so this is about class and method. So I'll show you now this one. So I think in the first class we talked about instance variables, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So these are the instance variables.
Okay.
Okay, so now when you create an object, see here your method does not take any arguments. But the name, this is instance variable, right? It is taking from this block.
Okay.
How, see, initialize is a default method. Okay, even if you don't write, by default, it will be there. Even if you don't mention this one, that initialize method will be called internally when you add .new.
Okay.
So even if it is manually defined or no, it will be called. But if you want to pass some variables, like assign variables in the class level. Class level, when I say this name will be accessible to other methods as well.
Other methods also. Okay.
Yeah. So in the class, anywhere you can use this, these both variables.
Okay.
So
With at we have to use.
correct.
Okay.
Those are the instance variable. So the scope of these will be in the entire class. So wherever you just call that add symbol and name, it will give you that value, whatever is being passed when you create an object. Okay, so so when you, as I said, when we call .new, right? This get triggered. So now this is expecting two arguments, name and age. Okay, so we are passing it to the object only. So name and age is passed. Here what happens? This is the instance variable. This is getting assigned with whatever value it is receiving here.
Okay.
And this age instance variable is getting assigned with whatever we are passing with here. Here we are making that assignment.
Okay.
So next, if you create one more object. Okay. So I'll give John. Okay. Age 40 I'll give. Okay. So now this is one more object, right? Person 2. So person 2, if I call greet method on person 2, you have to see John and this one 40.
Okay.
Because this is different object again. So the objects, the values are being passed as John and age is 40. So these for this object, the instance variable will hold John and 40 as the value. For person 1 object, it will hold alias and 30 as the values.
Okay. So
See,
first time you initialized in one variable that is coming, and second time again you initialize with different name that is also coming.
yes, two different objects are getting created.
Okay, okay. With the with only one class, you are with the name you are creating two classes. Means it is working the same work. If you want, if you are doing many times, like 2 to 3 times, then you can do like this. No need of writing one more class for that.
See, class is just a blueprint.
Hmm.
How you use this, that is with the objects. So you can create hundreds of objects with different value. These are just the blueprint kind of a thing. Whatever you pass the value and create the object, that is specific to only one object.
Okay. So suppose if you are putting it this in a loop, then if you are passing variables in person.new, and it should go and collect from array and it should print if I'm writing like that.
Yes, yes,
Then
yes.
in one class only it will work, right?
Yes,
No
yes.
need
See,
to-
you can create hundreds of objects. Maybe in a for loop, you add, create a person object, then it 100,000, any number of objects you can create for a single class.
Okay, okay.
So it depends on the use case, like when you require the object. But see, that thing we should keep in mind. As many number of objects, as many memory allocation.
Correct.
Yeah. So class is single. If you want different class, you can write different class, and for that also you can create objects. But for a single class, it can be multiple, like you can create multiple
Okay.
objects.
Mhm.
Okay. So for this, we call constructor.
Okay.
In other language, so this is a constructor for us.
Okay.
So whenever this class dot new is executed, it calls the constructor of any class in any language.
Okay.
So if we don't define this, then it is a default constructor without parameter it will have. So it will by default call it.
Okay. So is there any this thing where we have to call this? If we are using many, then we have to
See,
initialize.
initialize, if you want to set some instance variable, then you can manually add initialize.
Okay.
Okay. If you don't want to like set any instance variable, then you don't have to call this at all.
Okay.
Whenever you do .new, this is by default, it will get executed. So wait, I'll show you now. Here I'll just print. Okay, so now I'll just pass one variable. So okay, so now I have a class. In this class, I don't have anything. Okay, just have this initialize method. Okay, so this is our constructor, right? If you don't,
Okay.
also you can create an object.
Okay.
Okay, if you define, I'm just showing how it will look like. So when you call .new, the constructor of this class will get executed. So the constructor is initialized. So here I haven't passed anything or anything, any variable. So it should give me hello world. See, the first thing when .new is executed, the first thing is it goes to the constructor. The first thing is it goes to the constructor. Then
Okay.
it will start executing other things.
Okay.
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 Yeah. So we have covered this constructor. Okay. This I've explained. Okay. So we in OOPS, right? We have four concepts.
Hmm.
Inheritance, polymorphism, then encapsulation and abstraction.
Okay.
You might be aware of those things.
Yeah. Long back.
Yeah. So in any programming languages, this is common. Abstraction, inheritance, abstraction, polymorphism, then
Encapsulation.
relation. These are the pillars of OOPS.
Yeah.
So first we'll start with inheritance. So inheritance is it allows a class to inherit all its attributes, methods, basically all its properties to another class. So when I say inherit, like see, I have person class. So I create one more class here and
Hmm.
inherit person class to that class. That means I will have all the properties of person class in that
Person.
in new class.
Okay.
Okay. So in Ruby, like only single inheritance is supported, meaning only one class can uh, inherit from other class. In .NET, there is multiple inheritance. Many concepts are there in under inheritance. Okay, so here here we use super keyword to invoke the superclass methods. So
Hmm.
I'll explain you. This is parent class.
Hmm.
So now I have a child class. Okay, this is
Hmm.
parent class. This is a child class. So now I want to inherit parent class to this child class. So this is the syntax. Like this, we have to inherit.
Okay.
So now here I'll create some parent method. Okay, parent method. So now here in the child class, I'll have all the members of parent class I can access through the child class because I'm inheriting all the
Correct. Correct.
attributes or whatever the parent has that is being inherited in the child class.
Hmm.
I have access to, like, child class have access to all the members of parent class.
Okay.
So, and so it is like I am a child of this parent. I have all these properties, but I also have my own properties. I can
Hmm.
define a new different methods here. Okay, child
Okay.
method. Okay, object. Child. I'll create an object now. Okay,
Hmm.
child class dot new. So I'm creating object of child class. Okay,
Okay.
so
Okay.
here with this, I can call parent method also, I can call child method also, because I have access to both. So now
Okay.
I'll call object dot parent class, and I'll call object dot child method. Okay.
Okay.
See, I am able to call both the class because I'm inheriting like this. This is the syntax. You need to use this lesser than symbol to inherit. So if I don't inherit, you will not have access.
Okay. So that symbol is for it, for inheritance.
Yeah, so you can see there is a one parent class already there. So the child class also want these methods to be implemented. You don't
Okay.
have to create a child class again, add all these methods here. You can just inherit it like this. So that means you have all the access to all the methods inside parent class, and you have your own methods as well.
Okay. So again, this parent method, this class parent, again, if I am anyway, it is inherited in child name. Okay. In child method. But again, if I want to do the same thing with another method, then it will not
Another
come.
class you are saying, right?
Yeah, in another class.
Child 2, like
Okay.
this.
Uh-huh.
Yes, this.
Again, but you have to do that inheritance. That yeah.
I have done it, right?
Okay.
So again, you can see, you can do this also is possible.
Mm.
Yes, this is a child class,
Okay.
right? This also can be inherited to this another child class.
Okay. So that also okay.
This is again a class, right? So you are inheriting that class.
No. For child to also again parent. No.
See, for child 2, this is the parent.
Okay, indirectly
Child,
that will also inherit.
yes, yes.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, so for this is the parent. For this child, this is the parent.
That is the parent. Okay. Yeah.
So whatever you give here will be the parent.
Okay.
Okay. So you can also directly give this one. So whatever name you give, class name you give here is
But
the
if you give child, then both the properties will be inherited here. Both the
yes,
things
yes,
will be
yes.
inherited here. Or if you
Yeah.
give parent, then only parent will be inherited.
Yes, parent. If we give child, both this should be there.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So inheritance means in one class, whatever you defined, that will, if you inherit in one more class, that will go there.
Yes.
Again, if you inherit that class, that will go there. So there will be no repetitive things, right?
No, this is just see, with this you will avoid writing multiple classes, multiple code,
Classes.
right? So
Okay.
with this you can see here what I did is this is child is my parent here for this one, child 2.
Okay.
With this here, what happened is I'll be having access to both these classes
Correct. In
because child is parent of child 2.
yeah.
Okay, but
Child is parent of parent.
yeah,
A
so
child
that
is parent is parent. Yeah.
yeah, so we will have access to both. So that's the reason I'm able to print all the methods.
Correct. Okay.
Um,
I think this one and all you use more, right?
yeah, this and all we use more. Inheritance and all.
It is making things very easier.
Yeah. things is generalization. See, I have some concept, for example, withdraw method you see. That is, you can take any like normal application. So, I'll take a printer, okay. So what the printer would be my class? What are its properties? Printing, okay. Then scanning. So
Okay.
then I have already written that class, okay, printing, scanning.
Okay.
So next, now we want to introduce one more feature. So again, I have to modify the class, right?
Correct.
So but the code is already hosted and the client is using that application. So I
Correct.
can't disturb that existing class. So
Okay.
then what I do is I create one more class, just inherit that one. So that
Okay.
now I'll have printing and scanning feature, and I'll add a new feature.
New feature to that. Okay.
Something, anything, whatever printer does, the new feature.
Okay.
Again, there comes one more. So I can add one more class, just inherit. But we should not disturb the existing classes.
Existing class. Okay.
When the code is in production, we can't actually disturb that.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
So that is inheritance. So encapsulation is, see, bundling of data. But data or methods or attributes, anything into a single unit. So in a class, we can define variables here. We have methods, everything, right? So this bundling we have to do.
Okay.
Okay. So suppose here I'll take, we have a private, these things. So in Ruby, no, it supports encapsulation through access modifier. So access modifiers are these public, private. These are, it comes in further. Maybe in
Okay.
tomorrow class I can cover that. So public is like it is accessible everywhere. Private is it accessible only to the class, protected. I'll go in detail tomorrow on that one.
Okay. Okay.
So this one, okay. See, here, how can, this is a public method. We don't have anything here mentioned, public or anything.
Okay.
But here we have a method and on top of that, we have written private.
Private. Okay.
That means this is a private method. For other classes, this is not accessible.
Oh. So if
Private
you
is
inherit, then also that is not accessible.
correct. Yes.
Okay.
So, so the scope of private is only limited to the class. Okay. So, so now, but I want to use this method. Even though it is private, I want to use this. So that is through getters and setters I had explained in, I think, last two
Yeah.
classes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is, usually it is done with
Okay.
that. But here, see here, in Ruby, getters and setters is with this one, attribute. You remember I had
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So this is attribute reader where we are taking balance. Okay. Whatever, whenever the object creation is done, bank, this is a class, bank.new, we are passing 1000. So it will initialize this value. The
Okay.
balance is an instance variable here. So it will initialize the instance variable with 1000 as a balance.
Okay.
Okay, so now this instance variable is accessible overall the class. So
Okay.
now the balance is 1000 consider. So now here, when we do some withdrawal, it will just deduct and update the balance.
Okay.
So the scope like this with these access modifiers, it is allowed to use the what you say private or the scope limited this variables.
Okay.
You are only reading here from this one.
Okay.
Okay, even though you have control on this, you're only reading it. You're initializing when the object is getting created, and this is the you just are reading, and you are just printing deposit amount or whatever operation you're doing, and withdrawal operation you are doing. So this is how you encapsulate, like everything you create it in a single class unit.
Okay.
Okay,
So
you
this
need to understand
deduction, if you inherit this deduction will not inherited in other class.
what
Private, you have given here private.
that's
The
that
deduction will not inherit because otherwise every time it will inherit, so it will deduct. So you are giving it private.
yes. So
Okay.
just to limit the scope, we can give private. So this private protected, that I'll explain in the further classes with some examples.
Okay.
Then in Ruby it is little confusing, but yeah, I can give examples and show it. Maybe tomorrow I can take that one.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it is using these access modifiers with there is attribute reader, attribute writer, attribute accessor, which is for both reader and writer.
Okay.
Private, this we will see later. And this example is mostly related to that attribute reader. This one.
Okay. Okay.
So we have next.
But you can't. You have to run that program, right? You have not done.
Sorry.
You have. We have not.
Okay.
After deposit is.
So we created an object, initialized it to 100. Okay. Now this instance variable will have 100 as a value. So this
1,000.
1,000 as a value. So
Okay.
now I am accessing the balance.
Okay.
Okay.
That is current balance is 1,000. Okay.
Current balance is 1,000. So now I'm depositing. Since this is a public method, I'm just accessing. Okay, deposit 500 rupees more to the balance. So here instance plus or equal to amount, which adds to the existing balance.
Okay. Plus or equal to we have to do to add.
See, it is like this is a shortcut, plus or equal to.
Okay.
It is like this one.
Balance plus amount. Okay. Oh.
It is like this one. So to avoid writing it again, they just do plus or equal to amount.
Okay.
Okay, so this will hold 1,000 now. Initial value is 1,000 for this. Plus whatever the new value we are depositing, it is plus 500.
Okay.
So this
Okay.
is
Got it.
this is the shortcut. So to reduce, like to deduct, this is the shortcut. Sorry. You just have to write minus.
Oh.
Here they have written, see, in the withdrawal. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So shall we proceed with this polymorph?
Yeah.
Okay. So polymorphism allows object to be treated as instance. So what is polymorphism? First thing is poly means many.
Yeah.
Morphism means work or item or whatever it is doing. Okay, that is. So many or morphism is kind of an object. Poly is many objects or many instances, many works like that. So it allows objects to be treated as multiple things. So here you can see in so animal can, I'll just take this one. Okay. So we have a class animal. This is main class. Okay. So parent class. So we have a dog class. We are inheriting animal class.
Okay.
If we have a cat class, we are inheriting again animal class. So now, since we are inheriting, right? So dog is the object of dog, whatever we create here. See, this can behave like this is also an animal, right? And like object of this, we can see here. This method also it calls, then it behaves as an object of dog, and we can call this method also. Then it behaves like it's an object of animal. Right, two activities it can do.
Okay. So you are, while creating only, you are inheriting that class, right?
Yes, yes, you have to inherit while defining that class.
In previous one, I think after defining, you did that inheritance thing.
After defining instance, see, I've defined the animal.
Then
I'm defining class dog, and I'm inheriting animal. This is only we have done in the inheritance.
No, after creating two class, you did this class inherits this class in the previous one.
See, this is the previous one. Okay, I have person class and student class. Same.
Okay. Oh, okay. I thought, okay. I got confused maybe. I thought first you create two class, then you say this class will inherit this class. So that you will do again. While
See,
creating only you are doing it. Okay. No,
see,
I got confused.
okay, I'm creating class an animal. So
Okay.
now I'm creating class dog. Here itself we have to give this one that we are inheriting it from animal.
Okay, got it.
So we cannot give in the object or anything. Okay.
Correct. It was child one, child two, no, that it was not. Okay, I got it. The same class here inheriting again.
Yeah. So yeah, where I was, okay. So it behaves like two different things, right? So poly means many. An object can be many things. Okay. It can behave as a parent class. It can behave as a subclass, like that.
Okay.
See, like printer, it prints, it scans, it does multiple things, right? A single object. That is, the printer is a single object.
Correct.
So it does many things. So that is polymorphism. You can utilize a single object to do multiple things.
Okay. Define speak.
Okay, so here I have speak the original method of animal class.
Animal
Same I
class.
am using here. Okay. So when I create an object of dog class, it has speak method. Okay.
Okay.
And once and show. Okay. See, now this will execute the method that is there in the dog class. Okay. But it can also print speak. But we have to, I think, use that super keyword. I don't know if this is the right thing. Some super keyword should be used. Just a second, I've added somewhere here. Yeah, super is a keyword.
You have to pass something. No?
No, nothing. Just the super keyword is used to invoke like super class method within the, okay. I'm using outside, I think. Okay. See, now I have given super keyword. Okay. So here, this is raising an error. I'll change this one. That's why I'm getting confused. Okay, actually it should was printing. Oh, see, so it is calling both. Okay, I have same methods inside both. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so when I create an object, it will just call the first, like the whatever object is getting created in that class, it will search for that method. So when I call dog.speak, so in dog class we have a speak method. So whatever is there in the speak method, it will execute. That is wolf. It will print wolf. So, but now I want to print the method of parent class. This speak class I want to print.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So then I have to give super keyword.
Okay.
So it will print both the parent class method and it will execute the child class method. So that is where you are seeing both the
Okay.
methods.
Okay. So
So
if
this,
you give super, it will go to the parent class. That will also, it will print, and
correct.
then again it comes here and then it goes on.
Yes, yes. So this is also called method overriding, right? So if you don't use super keyword, you are printing only this one. Okay. The same method is overridden here in the child class. But overriding that concept is not much used here. You leave, now you don't get confused of that. Okay. So
Yeah,
just,
but one more thing, Shilpa, like cat is inheriting animals all properties, right? All methods.
sorry?
This cat is inheriting animal and
Yes,
as well as dog, both, right? No, it is not inheriting. It is inheriting only animal
yes.
because
It's only inheriting animal because
it's
I've
a
written
child of in animal. Okay. So
correct.
suppose if I want to inherit one more, there is one more class. I want to inherit that also in cat. So that we can do here.
Um, so one more new class.
One more new class, and that cat should inherit that methods also, that things also.
Okay, this you are telling?
Ah. No,
Any?
no. Sheep, no, not sheep. Cat only. Suppose I have one more birds. If I have one more birds, okay, that also methods I want in cat.
So you want animal and you want birds.
One more, yeah.
That is not possible in Ruby.
Possible in Ruby. Okay.
Yeah. Here only single inheritance is possible.
Okay.
Ruby supports single inheritance. It can have only one superclass.
Oh.
Every class can have only one parent class.
Okay.
This training can be done. Like a cat can have dog as the parent, but
Okay.
again, a new class should have cat as that can be done. That is single inheritance, right?
Okay.
But
So one class will hold only one.
yes, one parent it should have.
Oh.
In other .NET also doesn't support multiple inheritance, but we have interfaces there.
Okay.
With that, we can achieve this thing, multiple inheritance. But here it is not possible.
Okay. Okay.
We have, like in the interface, we have modules mixing and all in Ruby, but that will come on later point of time.
Okay.
Okay. So polymorphism is covered. Okay, so we have next is abstraction. Okay, so it mostly the abstraction concept is like it specifies that hiding of like whatever implementation details are there, we should be able to hide that and only expose only necessary features while using any product or application. For example, mobile, you know how you use some features in the mobile, but you don't know how it is working internally, right? You are
Correct.
you are just worried about how it works, or you just use some apps in that, but you don't know how the mobile works internally, how it is implemented internally. So that
Correct.
is hiding the implementation details, just providing necessary features to the world. So that is the abstraction. Okay. So this is same here. We don't like use keyword like abstraction. Like in .NET, we use abstract class.
We use that
Yeah,
actually.
the keyword is used there, but we don't have any such like kind of keyword or something. This is just to like hide it using the same getters and setters. So
Okay.
using so something with that, we don't define any class as an abstract class. It is not, or it is interface. We don't do that.
Okay.
So it is with we have to cover how see it is how in the implementation only we have to cover. That's it. It's not like, okay, this is the abstract class. Here we should have only the declaration of methods. Nothing like that. It is like normal class inheritance thing only.
Okay.
Okay. Modules and mixing. This I was talking about, right? I think this will take some. Okay.